Today we are going to see about what is the HTML and CSS JavaScript concept. We mainly focused on HTML concepts today. Okay, first, HTML is a standard markup language that used for creating a web pages and web application. And at the same time, HTML means hypertext markup language. Why we are saying is a hypertext markup language? In the sense, it consists of tags surrounding contents. Okay, CSS can be used in HTML files also. HTML, it is used to bind the structure of the web pages. Okay, next one is a CSS. CSS is a style sheet language that used for describing the presentation of the documents written in the markup languages like HTML. Okay, CSS stands for cascading style sheet. CSS consists of a sectors succeeded by the declaration blocks. Okay, the one main difference is that you have to note in HTML we can use CSS files, but in CSS we cannot use HTML code. Okay, the CSS is used to make the web page more presentable. Okay, let's see the difference of HTML, CSS and JavaScript. HTML is example for HTML is think that one skeleton is there. Skeleton, human skeleton is HTML. For human there will be a skin for covering that skeleton. No, that is called CSS. The JavaScript is the muscle and then brain. These three joins together only we can get a web page and then effective web application. Okay, next one we will see about what is HTML. H stands for hyper. Hyper means here it represents the reference or the links. Hyper means it represents the reference or the link. T that represents the text. Text is nothing but a data and function we are used in this a web page or a web applications. Markup means a predefined or marked. Like the other words we can say it as in a HTML we will use a tags, markup tags. They will show that predefined or marked. Language means a communication for writing the web applications or the web page. What communications we are using, representing at a language here. Next one, basics of HTMLs are these are the some of the basic HTML we are going to see. First one is a heading, paragraphs, how to write a heading, how to write a paragraph, line breaks, how to draw the horizontal rule. Next one, how to insert an image in a web page. Then we are going to see about how the hyperlinks are used, how we can use button in HTML, how to list the items in a HTML. These are the content we are going to see now. Here this represents how to do a program coding in HTML. First you have to write the code in a notepad. First thing you have to after writing the code you should save the file with the extension .html and then you have to run in an internet explorer. Okay, next one, the HTML tags. HTML tags are divided into two types. First one is a container and then non-container tags. Here are the example of the container tags and then non-container tags. In a container tags, you could see that there will be a opening tag and then closing tag. But in a non-container tag, there will be not a separate opening and closing the tag. In the single line, they used to open and close it. You can literally see the difference between the container and the non-container with this example tags. Then here we have to see how to write a tag. Okay, for any tag, first you have to use first left angular bracket. After that you have to write the character, and then you have to close with the right angular bracket. This is called opening tag. To create a closing tag, you have to use first a left angular bracket slash, write the character, then right angular bracket. This is how the tag for opening and then closing. Let's see how to write the content in the tag. Okay, this is the example for paragraph tag. Here P represents the paragraph. For example, I want to write a paragraph in our page. For that I have to use this code paragraph tag. This is the opening paragraph tag. Slash, if you are using slash, mean that is closing. From in between you have to write the content. That means you have to write the paragraph. Suppose if you want to add some attributes for additional information, you can use like this, a left angular bracket character. You can specify the attribute name. Here I have specified the attribute name as a class equal to text. For that attribute we want to specify the values. Here I have represents as a text. Next, close the opening tag, write the content, and write the closing tag. To write a heading in the HTML heading tag is used to define the heading at your web page. There are 6 types of HTML headings that you can write it in your web page. Heading that ranges from H1 to H6. Okay, here the example for H1 to H6, literally you can see the difference of the font size from H1 to H6. Next one, for a paragraph tag, you have to use this syntax: open bracket, open tag P, write the paragraph content, and close the open tag. Next one, to represent a hyperlink in a web page, you have to use the anchor tag. Here A represents the anchor tag. And then important thing, you have to use a href attribute. Here that href is represents the hyperlink reference. In that only you have to specify which location you are going to use, or you can give the URL, or you can give the file name that you want to create it in a link or a hypertext. You can mention there. Next one, marquee tag. Marquee tag is used to move the text or an images from the left to right, or right to left, or up and down, or down to up. HTML marquee is a scrolling element of a text shown in either the horizontal directions or in a vertical directions in your web page.